Hey guys, so it's me. So let's go through Tuesday's reading lesson because I forgot to share it on Edsby with you guys. Our objective for today is that we are going to be determining text structure of paragraphs or a text. So you as a student should be able to understand the life cycle of a pine tree. Okay, what you're going to be asked to do today for your evaluation of learning is you're going to have to identify the text structure of pages 10 and 11. Then you're also going to tell why you chose that text structure using text evidence. If you need a refresher on what text structure is, Google text structure anchor charts, and a whole bunch of them will come up with all of the things that I make in class. So our text today is we're still working with the Mayan text from Seed to Pine Tree, and we are going to start on page 8. This is my teacher model, so you guys are quiet, and I'm just going to model what I need you to do. A seedling sprouts. When a seed begins to sprout, the tough outer coat of the seed opens. Soon, tiny roots grow downward into the ground. They take in water and hold the seed in place. Soon, a green shoot sprouts upward toward the bright sunlight. Next, the green needles grow from the shoot. The seed has become a young tree called a seedling. And one day we worked with text structures. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to analyze these text structures. So over here, I see a chart. And I see this chart has steps. Step number 1, seeds open. So this must be a seed. Step number 2, roots grow. So I see this little brown thing, that must be the roots. 3, the shoot sprouts, and I can tell that the sun's out. And then the 4, the needles grow. And over on page 9, I see what seems to be a seedling, which is also in the text. The seed has become a young tree called a seedling. So I'm thinking that this picture relates right back to this detail right here. The seedling becomes a young tree called a seedling. So now, let me move I'm going to read the caption because remember our captions tell us what the picture is about. Most shortleaf pine seedlings die before they are a year old. Sometimes this happens because seedlings do not get enough water. Other seedlings are eaten by hungry insects. Often, too, many seeds fall in a small area. There may not be enough nutrients for all of them to survive. So I don't really know what this word nutrients means. So I'm going to do exactly what we do in school. I'm going to circle that word nutrients, and then I'm going to try to figure out what does that mean. Well, let's see. Over here in the text, it says how they take in water. But I also know that seeds need, or that trees need food too, right? And humans, living things, we need food to survive. So I'm thinking that maybe nutrients means food. Let me try to write food on my text. Now let's do what we do in class and let's read the sentence again with our new word inserted into our old word. There may not be enough food for all of them to survive. Well, yeah, that makes sense. So I think that nutrients mean food. So now, remember we're working with text structure. So let's see what my teacher model question is going to be. My teacher model question is, what is the text structure of pages 8 and 9? So I'm going to look, and I see this lovely chart that is telling me 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know from learning in the past that when things are in order, we call that time order, right? But they also have key words like first, next, last, then. So I'm going to see if the text has any of those key words. So I see the word soon, which I know is a time order word. And then I see the word And I see that text, the other is listing steps. So first, the outer coat of the seed opens. That happened first. Then tiny roots grow downward. So that happens second. So I can assume right now, I can probably answer that this section here on page 8 and 9 is actually chronological order. So I'm going to write that down. The text structure for pages 8 and 9 is chronological order. And now my next question, that part B, because remember part A and part B go together, they're like an Oreo, is how do I know? So I'm going to say exactly what I did in the text. I know this because in the text, the author provides steps the seed takes to become a young tree. And remember, that's not good enough, right? We have to cite evidence from the text. So I'm going to put a comma. For example, the seed opens and roots, and then let's put a Time Warner word in there, roots begin to grow. And there's my teacher model for text structure. So what you guys are going to have to do independently is you are going to have to read page 10 and 11. You are going to answer, there we go, page 10 and 11, and we're going to answer evening questions. Which phrase describes the text structure of the paragraph on page 10? So you are not doing my page. You were doing page 10. And then also you're going to tell me, how do you know? And you need to give me at least one example to support your question to answer number 1. Okay, so you know multiple choice is worth 5 points. And when I give you extended response questions, they're usually worth 10 points. Let's really quickly take a look at what you have to do for writing. So for writing today, you're going to recall a time you planted a seed or you saw someone plant a seed, and then you're going to describe it to me with the steps that took place. So we're going to practice using chronological order as an author now and not a reader. Okay, so think about a time when you planted a seed or saw someone planting a seed. Write a 4th grade paragraph describing that time. Make sure you use descriptive words to let your reader experience what you felt, what you saw, what you smelled, what you heard, and what you thought as you write your paragraph. Let's take a look at your success indicators in your rubric. You need to provide me a detailed description. You need to use at least 4 descriptive words. You need to have at least 5 to 7 sentences. Let's practice using that hook, I remember or I recall. And then your correct punctuation, capitalization, spelling, and grammar. And that assignment is out of 20 points. Okay, I will see you on Zoom. Remember, Zooms are at 9:30 and 12:30, Monday through Friday. If you can't get on, I understand, but I really would like to see all my students.